Hey everybody, this is Michelle Goldstein with Heart Alchemy Yoga, and today we're going to do another flow, this time with an emphasis on forward bending, although we'll include some back bends and hips and twists and things like that as well. But let's go ahead and get started. So today's practice will start out, stand at the top of your mat and separate your feet wide off of your mat. Parallel the outer edges of your feet, and then just bend at the hips, fold forward. So if your hands don't touch the floor, I suggest that you grab some blocks. Not a bad idea to have blocks anyway. And just allow your head to hang heavy. Flex your thighs a little bit. And just begin to deepen your breath. Breathe all the way into the lower back on your inhales. And as you exhale, soften through the upper back. Let the head get heavy. And as you inhale, again, inhale to the lower back, the kidneys. And as you exhale, release into the fold. And then let's take an inhale, climb up onto the fingertips, lengthen your spine, come halfway up. As you exhale, fold back in. And again, inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. So ground down through the heels, but work your weight forwards to the balls of the feet. Heels still on the floor though. Inhale, lengthen out. And this time exhale, step back to downward dog pose. Plant the palms down. Step one foot back, then the other. Feet at least hips width apart, maybe even a little wider if that feels more comfortable to you. And start to push up out of your shoulders. Lift your kneecaps up. And go ahead and just bend your left knee. Press your right heel down to the ground. And switch sides. Left heel flat, right knee bends. Good, and then lift both heels up a lot. Bend the knees a little. Push up out of your shoulders. And then both heels press down into the ground. We'll still do plenty of vinyasa, so there will still be back bends in this practice. Inhale to plank. Opening the front of the body helps to open the back body and vice versa. Exhale, lower down. Flip over the tops of the feet. Come to upward dog or cobra pose. And to exhale, draw the hips back to downward dog. Deeply breathing. Soften your shoulders. Like soften the shoulders, but lift the shoulder blades towards your hips. So around the neck, you want to soften, activate the upper arms to release the neck. And go ahead and step the right foot up to the front of your mat and set your left knee down on your mat. Press your right leg straight so that you're in a low lunge. Right foot flex, shoulder heads retract. So we're just learning the play of opposites in all of these poses. Learn how when you engage the front of the body, it releases the back of the body. Learn how, when you inhale, your body will respond with an exhale. And then bend the right knee, plant the right foot, tuck the back toes, lift the left knee up, and step back to downward dog pose. So another vinyasa here. Inhale to plank, exhale lower, inhale upward dog, exhale downward dog. Step the left foot up to your hand, set the right knee down, and press the left leg straight. In yoga, sometimes the back of the body is called the forgotten body. With our eyes on the fronts of our bodies. We look out at the world through our eyes. We often forget about this backside that also comes around with us everywhere we go. So bringing some attention and some breath to the back body today. Now bend the left knee, plant the left foot, lift the right knee up, and step back to downward dog pose. And inhale to plank. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale back to downward dog pose. Deep breath. So I feel like there are some people that are typically more back bendy and some people that are typically more bendy in forward folds. I'm the former, not the latter. I tend to avoid forward bends at all costs, and I love back bends. Go ahead and bring the feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. So I haven't filmed very many videos, I'm not going to lie, let's be honest, with forward bending. Inhale, come all the way up to stand as an emphasis. Exhale, fold forwards into the hips, into the legs. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step back and lower down. So earlier today, I was taking class here in LA, and it was a back bending class, and we did so many back bends, which I felt like I hit the jackpot. It felt so good for me. And I knew that I was filming this class afterwards, and I realized, just doing the things that we're good at, that we like, that feel good, that are comfortable, doesn't really help us grow much. Step the right foot up to your hands, come up to crescent pose. And hence, the theme of this class is, a little bit, not that the practice is about me at all. It has everything to do with you. That's why we're filming these videos, is for you. But it's just in honor of stepping out of the comfort zone. If we ignore things because we don't like them, they don't go away. That's the funny thing. Sit down 1 more inch. Okay, and then go ahead and straighten the right leg and fold forward. Stay on the back toes for now. This isn't really Parsvottanasana. It's a variation thereof. Now work the inner edge of the right foot down. Lift the kneecaps up. And then inhale, bend the right knee. Keep your fingertips on the floor. Exhale, straighten the right leg. And again, inhale, bend the right knee, lengthen your spine. And exhale, straighten the right leg. 1 more time, inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, step back to downward dog pose. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot up to your hands, come up to crescent pose. So, if you are typically a forward bender and you're like so stoked to be able to do this hamstring, back of the leg class, that's great. I think it's wonderful to enjoy the things you love, but remember to check out the back bending practices as well. It's just taking on a really holistic practice. That's what this is. It's looking at the whole. Now sit down 1 more inch, firm the belly in, and then as you exhale, straighten the left leg, fold forwards. You can take your fingertips to the floor. If you're working with blocks, you take your hands to the blocks. It took me many, many years to open my hamstrings enough even to touch the floor in a standing forward bend. So it's just, you work with what you've got, you be smart about the way that you work, and persistent. Inhale, bend the left knee, and then it opens. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Again, inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale, straighten the left leg. 1 more time, bend the left knee on an inhale, and exhale back to downward dog pose. Inhale, shift forwards to plank. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog pose. Deep breath. Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi breathing. Go ahead, and when you're ready, bring your feet to the front of your mat. You can walk or hop the feet up. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend your knees, come to chair pose on the inhale. We'll move through some Series B. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step back and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right foot through, back heel flat. Come up, warrior one pose. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. Step to plank and lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps through. Come up for a breath. Warrior one pose. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Step back and lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back, downward dog pose. Deep breath. And start to flex the thighs. Like, do that in all of your forward bends. And downward dog it's kind of neutral, but it's also a bit of a forward bend. You're bending forwards at the hips. Go ahead and bring your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. Inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, make your way back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot through, back heel flat. Come up, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands, step back and lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward dog. Step the left foot through, back heel flat. Come up, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, release to plank and lower. Good. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, draw the hips back to downward dog pose. Relax your head and neck. Let your head be heavy. Relax your brow, your jaw. Wake up the arms, wake up the legs. Firm the belly without gripping or sucking the belly in. Just feel the abdominal wall flex a little. And then when you're ready, bring your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot through, back heel flat. Come up, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale, release to plank and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps through. Come up, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale, release, plank, and lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. So we're just going to do 2 more rounds of these. We're doing 5 rounds of Surya B today to get extra warm. Go ahead and walk or hop the feet up to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Step the right foot through, back heel flat. Come up, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, release to plank and lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Step the left foot through. Come up, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale, release. Plank to chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. And exhale, back. Smooth, steady breathing. And just find how the play of opposites work with your breathing practice. A long, deep inhale can facilitate a deep letting go on the exhale. One more round, bring the feet forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Step the right foot through. Come up, warrior one. Inhale. And release to plank and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Left side, step through. Come up. Inhale. And release. Vinyasa. Good. Lift the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, step through. Come up to warrior one. And open up to warrior two. So everything in the universe, in our universe, comes in twos. In the sense that there's everything and then it's polar opposite, and then there's everything in between. So we're finding very much with yoga a harmony of the both. So in Sanskrit, the word prana refers to the upward lifting energy, and the word apana refers to the descending energy. Again, we can experience this with the breath. We can experience this with our practice. Take one more breath here. And then take the hands down to your mat. Step back to down dog. Lift the right leg up. Turn the right hip open. Bend the right knee. And just find the opposites of opening and closing. Set the right foot down next to the left. Right inhale and exhale. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Lift the left leg, inhale. Exhale, step through. Come up, warrior one. And open up to warrior two. So the prana lifts you up and it inspires. The apana grounds us down, it detoxifies. It allows us to release. So respecting both. Sometimes we hear more about prana. I feel like I hear a lot more the word prana tossed around, but they work intricately together. Find where you can sit down into the pose, and find where you can lift up and grow taller. Find where you can relax, and find where you can engage. One more breath. Okay, release the hands down. Step back to down dog. Lift that left leg up. Turn the left hip open. Bend the left knee. And then set the left foot down next to the right. Vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Deep breath. When you're ready, bring your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand up. And exhale the palms together in front of your heart. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shift forwards, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga, make your way back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Step the right foot through, back heel flat. Come up, warrior one. And open up, everybody, to warrior two. Okay, press the right leg straight. We'll move in for triangle pose. Lengthen forwards through the right arm. And take the right hand to either a block or the floor or your right ankle. Flex the thighs and hug the right hip into center. So if the right hip is collapsing out behind you, it could potentially breed injury. So draw the right hip in to the midline of your body. The right side of your torso lengthens, so the left side, the top, kind of shortens a little bit, it contracts, right? Where we contract a little bit, we create space to lengthen and grow. Okay, just one more breath here. And then we'll come up to reverse warrior. Bend the right knee, float all the way up and back. Inhale, and exhale the hands down to your mat. Step to plank. Let's roll to the outer edge of the left foot, reach the right arm up. Flex the thighs, push the floor away from you. And this is a great core strengthener, obviously a little bit of balance here. And for me, it just gives such a nice stretch in the shoulder joint. That's why I integrate it into almost all of my practices. Take one more breath in, hips up a little higher, and then lower the right hand down. Vinyasa, or you can, of course, skip any vinyasas that you like. You can always take a child's pose. Feel good about feeling good. Feel good about taking care of yourself. Step the left foot through, come up warrior one, and open up to warrior two. Press the left leg straight, triangle pose. I knew I was advancing in my practice when I started resting more. Let's just put it this way. And when yoga teachers take my class, they're always the first ones to come to child's pose. They're always the ones to take an early Savasana to grab a few extra minutes of rest. Just remember that. There are days that we have a lot of energy, want to burn off some steam, that's cool. There are days that we need to rest, also good. The two work together, remember? Now lengthen the left side of your torso a little bit. And then come up to reverse warrior. Bend the left knee, right hand back, left arm reaches. Hands to the mat, step back to plank. Bring the feet together, roll to the outer right foot, reach the left arm up. Hips lift up, belly firm, feet flex. Keep the jaw soft, a little kindness in the eyes. Like even a little smile maybe if you're feeling it. Good. Push the floor away from you and then lower the left hand down. Vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog pose. Good. Step the right foot through. Come up to warrior one. And open up to warrior two. So we've already been to these poses already. Reverse warriors, your inhale. And we'll step all the way up into half moon pose. Step up onto the right leg. Grab your block if it helps you. Flex the left foot strongly. Hug the right hip into the midline of your body. So if your right hip is collapsing to the right out behind you, again, remember that could potentially breed injury, so we want to take care of ourselves. Keep your sense of humor. Keep your sense of humor. It's not about perfect balance. It's about being present. That's the practice. Let's step back to side angle pose. Step the left foot back. Bring the right hand either to the outside or inside of the right foot. You could also use a block here or bring the right elbow to the right thigh. It's a good variation for some of you. Just listening to your body. Listen to your body. Listen to your breath. Work the back leg straight. Hug the right hip in. Very nice. And then go ahead and come up to Warrior Two pose. Lower the hands to your mat, step to plank, and vinyasa. Up dog's the inhale, and downward dog is the exhale. Left foot steps through, Warrior One. Come up, Warrior Two, open. Inhale, reverse, and then up and over to half moon pose. Breathe, breathe. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Flex your feet. Spread your toes whenever you remember, when you're on your mat especially. Spread your toes. What can you relax? What can you engage? And just another couple of breaths here. Good. Step back to side angle. Step the right foot back. Left fingertips down, either to the floor, left elbow to left thigh. Maybe you use a block. All of the above are good choices. Shoulders down the back. Soften your jaw. Then come all the way up to Warrior Two. Release the hands to your mat. Step back, vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog pose. And go ahead and bring your feet forwards to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale the palms together in front of your heart. Okay, so you're going to stand on your left leg for this next pose. We'll do a couple of poses from standing balance position. You might need a towel or strap to put around the bottom of your feet. If you can't easily touch your toes with straight legs, then you definitely will. So go ahead and just lift your right knee up. And with the two pointer fingers, the two peace fingers on your right hand, hook the right big toe, or you're using your strap here. And then straighten the right leg. Flex the right foot strongly, left hand to the left hip. Relax your face. And then what we're going to do is just simply open the right leg out to the right. This is triangle pose. This is half moon pose from standing balance perspective. Same stretch. Lengthen the tailbone down a little bit. Take the shoulder heads back. And then bring the right leg back to center. And grab onto the bottom of the right foot with the left hand this time, or you're just switching the grip with your strap to your left hand. Reach the right arm back behind you, so we're in a little twist. If you want more, you can start to shift your gaze back towards your right hand. Breathe. Keep your sense of humor. Breathe. If you fall, that's okay. Just get back in. Try it. One more breath here. Okay, come back to center. Release the right foot down next to the left. Feel both feet on the floor. There was a time that just this was a very challenging balance pose for you, but we all kind of were persistent. We wanted to learn how to stand on 2 feet, and so we learned. Same thing with all of the yoga poses. Lift the left knee up. Hook the left big toe or use your strap. Straighten the left leg. If we got discouraged when we were toddlers because we kept falling every time we tried to walk, we would never learn to walk. So just observe any frustrations and forgive yourself. And just get back in. Okay, and then you'll open the left leg out to the left. Keep the spine lifting. Be mindful that you're not rounding through the upper back at all. Lengthen the tailbone down. Left sitting bone lengthens down towards the ground. And then come back to center. Grab onto the bottom of the left foot with the right hand, or switch your grip with the strap. Reach the left arm back. Maybe you turn your gaze back to the left arm. Keep the shoulders down the back. Still breathing. Holding the breath gives the illusion of holding on to something, but there's no holding on to anything. Everything is in constant flux and transition. We're finding the harmony in each and every moment. One more breath here. And then come back to center. Set the left foot down next to the right. Palms together, feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back and lower down. Just one last little bit of standing flow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Okay, step the right foot up to your hands, come to crescent pose. And we'll take standing splits. Hands down to blocks or to the floor. Lift the left leg up. Flex your right thigh. Actually, flex both thighs, left and right. Lengthen over your right leg. Shoulders lift away from the ears. And just one more breath. Step the left foot straight back behind you, about one leg's width apart from your right. Spin the left heel flat. So about one leg's distance between your 2 feet. Again, the right hip, it wants to collapse out to the side, but don't let it. Hug the right hip into center. And you'll take the left hand either to a block or to the floor, maybe to your right ankle. And then reach the right arm up to the sky for twisting triangle pose. Shoulders down the back. Flex the thighs strongly. Hug that right hip into center. Hug it in, hug it in, hug it in. Major hamstrings, major glute stretch. Little bit of IT band action happening here, a little outer hip. Take one more breath in, and then lower the right hand down. Step back to downward dog. Okay, step the left foot through, come up to crescent pose. And we'll come from crescent to standing splits. Hands down, lift the right leg up. Flex the right foot. Flex the thighs. Find both. Find the duality of the pose within the pose. Find the activity. Find the softening. Find the grounding down. Find the lifting up. There's no set way. There are ways that can potentially help. There are techniques that we can learn. But the real way is to listen very attentively. Step the right foot straight back behind you. Spin the right heel flat. So I often see in classes people either take way too short of a stance in this pose or way too long. So about one leg's width apart. One leg's length away. Right hand down. You may not take the right hand as high or as low as on the other side. That's fine. Reach the left arm up. The goal is not to get it even on both sides. The goal is to harmonize both sides, left and right. Left and right hemispheres of the mind, left and right sides of the body. They work together At their best, they work together harmoniously. Good. One more breath in, open. And exhale, release. Step back to downward dog pose. And then from here, set your knees down on your mat. Cross your ankles behind you. Sit back onto your bottom. And we'll come in for the hips. Take a break from the hamstrings for a minute. Soles of the feet together. They work together. They work together. Shoulder heads back, fold forwards. And just let your neck soften. Take some of the rounding out of your upper back. So the goal is not to touch your head to your feet, but rather to lengthen your spine. There might be a little rounding in the spine. That's fine. A soft rounding is fine. Just try not to emphasize it too much. Like just maybe put a little bit of cobra into your upper back. Just a slight bit. And then come on up and straighten your right leg in front of you. Bend your left knee out to the side for Janushirshasana. Flex the right foot, reach the arms up, and then fold forwards. So if you're using your strap or your towel, that's fine. If you can start to get your elbows to the floor, make sure that both elbows are coming down. Then from the sitting bones, ground down through the sitting bones, lengthen the spine, and rest eventually, potentially, your chin and forehead towards your right leg, towards your right shin. And keep the feet flexed, especially the right foot and the right thigh engaged to release the hamstrings. So at home, you're welcome to stay here for another few moments if it's feeling good to you. Otherwise, come on up and we'll switch sides. Left leg straight out in front of you. Reach the arms up. Maybe use a strap or a towel. Maybe the elbows come down. Maybe you drop the head and breathe. I remember when I first started yoga, my first several years of yoga, teachers would say, well, this one must feel really good to you right now. And I was like, not really. It was very uncomfortable. I couldn't reach my foot, and it was just really uncomfortable for me to stretch the backs of my legs. And people don't like to hear this so much, but I'll tell you this is the truth. After a few years of daily practice, I was able to touch my toes. And after about 9 years of daily yoga practice, it started to feel kind of good. And after probably 10 or 11 years of daily practice, it started to feel good, like really good. And I can't tell you that that's how long it will take in your body, or maybe it already feels good to you. Go ahead and come on up. Straighten both legs in front of you. Come forwards onto the fronts of your sitting bones. Reach the arms up and fold forwards. All I can say is that we each have our own story. We each have our own body. We each have our own experience. And the practice is to simply immerse in yours. And while there have been times when I've thought, there's no way, I don't have time, like I don't have 5 more years for my hamstrings to open. The reality is that I did, is that you do. You have as much time as it takes. You're just here in the moment. Practice for the moment. And then go ahead and come on up. And bend your knees. Put your feet on the floor. Take your hips to your heels. Lie down on your back. Okay, and then we'll just take a bridge pose. Roll the hips up. Walk the shoulder blades together into your back. So this is the opposite of a forward bend. And we'll just take a few breaths here. Plant the feet down. Lift the hips up. Heart lifts. Press the elbows down a little bit to lift the chest up. Good. And then unroll the shoulders. Come down onto your back. Just lay here for a moment. And we'll come up for one more round of bridge, or if you prefer to come in for wheel, you can plant the palms by the sides of your head. Come up onto the crown of your head. Lift the heels up to start today. Lift the heels up so you're on your toes. And then start to press the arms straight. Lift the head up. Lift the chest up. And then start to work the heels down from here. Feet on the floor. Parallel the feet, so turn the heels out a little bit. Let your neck relax completely. Heart lifts. Inhale. And then exhale. Lower down onto the back of your neck. And rest. Close your eyes. And just feel how you feel. Let's go ahead and cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Come for thread the eye of the needle pose. This is good back release. Let your tailbone, your sacrum, your shoulders all sink down to the ground. Middle back sinks down. Relax your belly. Keep your feet a little flexed. And then go ahead and release and switch sides. Just notice that you're still breathing. And one last little something. Go ahead and release the arms and legs to the floor. And come to Savasana. Slide the shoulders down the back. Allow your body to relax completely. So begin to bring some awareness back to your breath. Hug your knees to your chest and roll to your side. Press yourself up to sit. Close your eyes. Notice how you feel. And bring your palms together in front of your heart. Lift your heart. Bow your head. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. This is Michelle Goldstein, and you're at Heart Alchemy Yoga on YouTube. Please, please subscribe to the channel, share the videos, like them if you feel moved to, leave us comments. We're happy to respond to special requests. We thank you so very much for your support. Stay tuned for future offerings. Namaste.